to Unscripted Gaming. Today,
Hello.
yeah, hello. We have a very special one for you today. Guess what we're going to talk about? Josh, guess what we're going to talk about today?
I hope we're talking about E3 because that's coming up soon.
We are. It
Look at
is.
me, I'm so smart.
First, I'd like to go ahead and talk about a current event that happened recently. So, Josh, have you heard of the company called Konami?
Why, yes, I hear many eons ago they used to make electronic gaming media for people to play on various consoles and home systems. But, you know, that was a long time ago.
Just a long time. Thank you. So, for those that have not been following the news, Konami has done some odd things lately. One, Hideo Kojima has all but left the company, if not actually left.
Left or, you know, was forced out.
Yeah.
Little column A, little column B.
They're taking his name and his studio's name off the next Metal Gear Solid 5 game, which... What? I'm sorry, I thought that was his property and Konami was just a publisher of it. I guess they technically own the rights to that property, but that's kind of beyond the pale of fucked up. They've officially canceled the new Silent Hill game coming out, the one that was going to be co-directed by Guillermo del Toro and was going to be starring. Oh, what's his name? Help me out here. He plays
That one guy.
plays Daryl in The Walking Dead. Norman Reedus. There we go. Was going to be starring Norman Reedus, and it was going to be a Hideo Kojima project. You know, it just had blockbuster game guaranteed to make $500 million written all over it. Nah, cancel that shit. We don't need it.
Nope.
Not only was it canceled, the demo of the game, the demo that inspired so many people to play it because they wanted to see what it was about. They were speculating that it might be a Silent Hill game. Just speculating. But it was a horror game until someone figured out it was a Silent Hill game. Removed. If you have it, great. Keep it on your PS4. It might be worth a lot here soon. But if you didn't have it, lol, sorry, too bad. You can never get it because Konami doesn't care about games anymore. And I say that not only succinctly, but truthfully. They have come out and said they are done making video games. They are going to focus all their efforts to mobile gaming and microtransactions for said mobile games. Because
And also their slot machines.
Pachinko machines, yes. Yeah.
Yep, and you know what? That's the thing. Why make $500 million when you can make $500 billion off of, you know, a very consistent income flow from slot machines?
Is that true? Oh,
I made that number
okay.
up, but I mean it's very consistent and it's a lot more. Takes a lot less investment in it too to see your money coming back.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you know they've decided to stop taking any sort of risks, stop doing anything really out there, and just kind of go to the cash cow model and just keep raking in that dough.
Can I just say that if I worked for Konami right now, I would be ashamed. I'm talking, and I don't know anyone that works for Konami USA. I don't even know if there is a Konami USA. I'm not 100% positive on that. I assume there is. But I would have to say if I had worked for Konami or would work at Konami, I would feel very ashamed right now because how disheartening is it for the person that is your lifeblood right now, Hideo Kojima, who's, let's be honest, is keeping your company afloat because of all the fucked up decisions you've made in the past several years. And everyone is really just looking... The two biggest properties people are looking forward to was Metal Gear Solid, The Phantom Pain, and they were looking forward to that Silent Hill game. But no. Let's go to crappy little pinball-based games in countries that are only Japan. They're never going to come stateside. No one cares about pachinko machines over here. I get the concept of pachinko machines, but no, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, I can imagine, especially people who like worked in the art department, people who, you know, the creative directors and whatnot. I can imagine that those folks are very upset about the way things have gone over the past few years, and it's just sad to see. It's sad to see a company that has created such storied properties that have really shaped the gaming world come to this.
Mm-hmm.
Basically just cashing in on the IPs because of their name and moving into this and being so risk averse to just say, hey, we've got these IPs, let's just make machines that turn people's money into more money for us, instead of saying, hey, why don't you go tell a story? Yes, we know it'll be expensive, but it'll work out in the long run because we know people will buy it. Nope.
I posted this on Facebook. You heard of the game Bloodstained?
No.
So you're going to hear me typing in the background because I'm going to bring it up. Bloodstained is a game being made by Koji Igarashi. He has a Kickstarter for it. He is the creator.
I did hear about this, actually. Yes,
I posted it on our Facebook, so I hope you heard of it. He's the creator of some of the most successful versions of Castlevania, including Castlevania Symphony at Night. And he's making a spiritual successor to it. And he started a Kickstarter. Not only was it funded 2 hours after it started for he was asking for $500,000 funded. He now has $2.6 million. All he had to do was mention and then post a video and console bar saying, hey, I'm the creator of Symphony of the Night. Tell you what, if you give me money, I'll make a new one. Money! Have my money! I tell you what, I'm one of those people. I pledged $28 to that sumbitch. I love Castlevania. I love those Symphony of the Night, those Metroidvania-style Castlevania games. I've played every single one since Circle of the Moon. No, I haven't played Symphony of the Night. Yes, I'm doing myself a disservice. Yes, it's on my to-do list, but every single Castlevania game that's come out since Circle of the Moon, Orders of Ecclesia, Harmony of Dissonance, Harmony of Sorrow, played them all, loved every single one of them, can't wait for this to come out. I want Konami to look at this Kickstarter with its 20 days left to go and $2.6 million funded and 33,000 backers. I want them to look at it and say, that's where your money is. That's where it's going. If you stop giving up on your IPs and let your creative directors do what they do best and make good fucking games, people will buy them. They'll look at this. I guaranteed everyone that's pledged money to this game has basically bought it sight unseen. They haven't seen anything.
Oh, absolutely.
They have a name. They have a concept art. Already purchased it, and I'm one of the fuckers.
Yep. It blows my mind how some companies have just decided to say, you know what, let's pack it up and we're going to cash in on a few things. Capcom's another one that's really only focusing on, Pro Evolution Soccer, Street Fighter, and that's about it. They
Resident Evil. And they're bringing it back with Resident Evil.
Yeah, that's true. The Resident Evil. But they other than that, they've just kind of given up.
Another fun example: Capcom doesn't like making Mega Man style games that much anymore. What does Keiji Inafune do? Pops on Kickstarter, shows a concept video with concept art, and says, "I'll make a Mega Man style game if you guys will just give me money." Funded. 2 days funded. He was also asking for like $500,000. Not a problem. Here's your money. That's where your money is going, companies. Pay attention. Believe it or not, video gamers, what have you, we just want to play good games. And if you can give us good games, we will pay for it all day long. Don't try to feed us crap and call it... Don't try to feed us crap and then depend on your marketing team to spin it as a good game. No. How about you just give us a good game and the rest will just happen? You know what I mean? You know how much little marketing, I'll take for example, this ties into E3. You know how much little marketing the game Super Smash Bros. Had when it first came out? It had one commercial. Everyone remembers that commercial. It's just a bunch of people in costumes beating each other up. That one commercial sold me. All you told me was that, I'm sorry, you're going to let me fight other Nintendo characters? Sleeper hit of the decade. 2 decades. 3 decades.
Oh, I know. It's crazy, and from what I've heard from folks who have been to E3 in the past few years, the Capcom booth and the Konami booth really are there more so they don't lose the space just in case they actually do decide to start making video games again. But you know what? I can foresee a world here in the very near future where Konami doesn't come to E3 anymore. I mean,
Are they even coming this year? I haven't checked.
I think they're still slated for this year, but I mean, because obviously they've got the Phantom Pain, and they want to get that out there because they want to make their money back. But which I am excited about the Phantom Pain. I'm looking forward to that game.
Not
but
a Metal Gear Solid fan.
I just it's sad to see these companies that have been around for so long and have so many great IPs behind them just kind of wasting away.
Mm-hmm.
And I really hope that there's, and I know this is wishful thinking, but somebody were to say, hey, let's take these and run with them. But I think it's going to rely on people leaving those companies saying, hey, we want to make a spiritual successor to this style of game because we can't have this property anymore. But give us the money. We've got a studio that's willing to fund us. You just show that there's interest, and boom. But we'll see. We shall see.
Let's talk about E3. Let's stop talking about Konami and the failures of the giant companies because it is what it is. Konami's going to do what they do. I'm not going to knock a company trying to make money. I am going to be very disappointed because I grew up playing Konami games.
Yep.
We all did. Whether you believe so or not, you've probably played at least one. But we can't ignore it anymore. They just don't care anymore.
Nope. Sad.
Very sad. So, E3. In case you guys want to go follow along with us, what me and Josh have pulled up is we're looking at the IGN, and this is current as of May 23rd of 2015. The IGN current E3 games, what games have been confirmed will actually be at E3 and will be presented.
Or very likely. Also, real quick, I'll go over the keynote schedule for starting on June 14th. First time having a press conference at E3, Bethesda leading things off on the first day. Then on the 15th, we have Microsoft, EA, Ubisoft, Sony. And then on the 16th, we have Nintendo, Square Enix, and the PC Gaming Show. So we have 8 press conferences, 8 major keynotes happening, which should be pretty exciting. I'm very excited to see what they have coming up. I'm very excited that Bethesda has a keynote. Because, Stan, Bethesda's going to show a game more than likely. Everybody's saying it. They have all but confirmed it.
I'm looking at it. We're going to go in order. We're going to go in the list in order. We will geek out and keep the hype up as needed. And let's not fall into too much hype. I've been burned before. So, first game on the list, Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Do you care?
Not at all. I hope it catches on fire. They need to stop making Assassin's Creed games for a little bit.
Thank you. I was just saying the other day, Assassin's Creed, I actually posted on Facebook, Assassin's Creed has become the Call of Duty of stealth action games. It's actually worse, because at least Call of Duty has the decency to come out once a year. Assassin's Creed is having a new game once every half year now. It seems like once every half year. I think Syndicate is the newest one, if I'm not mistaken, that's coming out. And I think there were a couple different games in between that also, like little smaller portable games. But
yeah,
whatever. I liked Assassin's Creed 1, 2, Brotherhood, and the one that was after Brotherhood. I can't remember. I think it was Revelation.
Revelations, I do believe.
I stopped caring because that's after 3. The story pretty much ends. I got through like 5 hours of 3, and I just stopped caring because it's too samey. It's the same game again and again and again and again. Let's move on. Borderlands 3.
Yeah, I like Borderlands. I'm interested to see what they do with it. I think the pre-sequel was a little lukewarm. I'd be interested to see some new characters and see where they're going to go. Um, yeah, I'm interested. I'm not, out there going ready to pre-order it, but I'll be interested to see what they're doing with it.
So that's a game that's in danger of becoming the next Call of Duty. Also, you're noticing they're starting to get on a yearly schedule. There was Borderlands 2, then the pre-sequel, now 3. And I think they're coming out all within... They've come out, if this one comes out in 2015, all within a year of each other. So, that's in danger of getting a little bit saturated. Also, they had the Telltale Games version. I don't know, I've played the first Borderlands, and I played the first Borderlands for like 15 hours. And granted, I played it by myself, and I hear that's a game that needs to be played with friends. I'm just not into it. But that's just me. I get people that are into it. That's just me. Next game on the list, Battleborn.
It's a game I'm not very familiar with. I'd be interested to see some of the, that is one that has been confirmed will be shown there. It's not just rumored or thought of, so I'll be interested to see what it's about. I like 2K, so I'll be interested to see, but I don't know much about it.
You can click on each link to go ahead and find out about them if you want. Feel free to do so. From what I've seen of it, it just looks like another first-person shooter. There's not much detail about it. To quote what it has in the detail of the game, before it's actually revealed, set in a distant future, the only hope for the last star in a dying universe is a breed of warriors who must put aside their differences to drive back an unstoppable menace. Players choose from a myriad of powerful heroes and fight together alongside their friends in a narrative-driven, cooperative campaign, or battle against them in a fast-paced, cooperative multiplayer matches. So, I'll be honest, that doesn't sound interesting to me in the least.
Yeah, not really.
Moving on. Broforce. I thought this game was already out, to be honest, but I guess it's not.
Yeah, I did too. I don't know. Maybe it's just been in early access or something like that, and it's gonna, they're gonna show more of it. In this day and age with early access and things like that, it's really hard to tell what's actually out and what's not. I'm interested in it. I'll watch some people play it. I probably won't buy it myself, but I'm interested to see where they're going with that.
Yeah. You play as 80s, 90s action stars going through in a 2D side scroller, if I'm not mistaken. 2D side scroller shooter. So that's interesting. Next, Crackdown. Working title, I assume, since there's already a Crackdown 2 and, if I'm not mistaken, a 3. I guess this is the third one?
I think so. I think that if this is like a main Crackdown.
Third one.
Yep.
They had a trailer for it in 2014 already. I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a series. It's a series that I've always wanted to get into. I've always wanted to play. Never really have. It'll be interesting to see where they go with it.
So I just read the title. It is actually not called Crackdown 3. It's just called Crackdown. But it's not a reboot of the first Crackdown. Why do that? Stop doing that. Just call it Crackdown 3. Don't be. It's kind of like when Nintendo did Super Smash Brothers. Why can't you just call it Super Smash Brothers 4? It's okay.
Because that'd be too difficult. Naming's hard, Stan. Numbers they just get messy. It's just hard.
I'm moving on. I haven't played any of the Crackdown games, but I hear nothing but good things. It sounds like a fun time. Crossing Souls, another Devolver Digital game. The first Devolver Digital game was Broforce. I know nothing about this game, so we're gonna have to wait for E3 for that one.
We'll see.
Next game, Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Do I even need to say anything?
I can't tell you how little I care about it.
I haven't played a Call of Duty game since Black Ops 1, and that was in like 2010.
That's the same here. I don't think I've played some of them occasionally because people have had them, but I have not personally owned it since Blops 1.
Blops.
Blops.
Oh, I'm stealing that also. You're on a roll today.
Yeah, I'm
Josh
trying.
said a phrase because he was running late for the podcast where he said he was driving the struggle bus. I'm like, yep, I'm stealing that one. That's added to my lexicon. Okay, so Black Ops 3, can't care, don't care.
Nope.
Moving on. Deus Ex, Mankind Divided.
Whoa.
Oh my god. Oh my. So, I heard the announcement for this 2 weeks ago, and I remembered I had not beaten the first Human Revolution. So I sat down last weekend, and for the entire 2 days that I was off work, Saturday and Sunday, I played through all of Human Revolution. Had a glorious time. Beautiful, beautiful game. Especially if you try to do the pacifist run, which I tried.
Yeah.
And you know what? The game punishes you later on. It was like, oh, you didn't kill anyone. That's cute. We're going to make it so hard for you not to pull the trigger. And I caved. I gave up on my pacifist run. You know, it's so much easier to just kill people. Just shoot them with your guns. I'm gushing a little bit. Josh, Mankind Divided. Go ahead.
I'm excited. The reveal trailer was awesome. I was not. I honestly wasn't expecting it, and then all of a sudden there's like, oh hey, by the way, we're going to talk about this, and I'm really excited. I hope I wouldn't mind them having some gameplay. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't have anything working just yet to show off at
They
E3.
better have something working.
It's not coming out till next year, is it?
Hold on a sec. Hold on. I thought I saw the recent release date was relatively soon. No, I'm sorry. Release date to be announced. Okay, so they're probably going to...
So, I would hope maybe see a bit of gameplay and, maybe a release date or a general release time frame. But, it's, and again, take your time, Square.
Yeah.
Take your time. We don't want Human Revolution again, but we want Human Revolution again.
I don't know why on IGN's page they just show the publishers and not the developers, because let's be clear here, the developers do all the work, the publishers market it, support it, make sure it gets to market, what have you. But Eidos Montreal is making the game, and they made Human Revolution also, which if this game is a fraction of what Human Revolution was, I think we'll all be a bit excited.
Yeah, I want to see some iteration. I want to see what they do with it. But again, take your time. Don't rush it out just because people are excited.
Yep.
Take your time. Make it good. I'm talking to you, Square.
That shit.
Don't rush them. They probably heard me. The marketing folks at Square are probably shaking in their boots now. They're like, oh God.
Oh, we've been threatened by Josh about the scripted game.
All right, guys. Take your time. You got it.
Push the release date out another year. Anyways.
Oh, don't say that. Then we're going to get an angry fan mail. Hey, you guys are assholes and push the game back. So, well, anyway, take your time. Not all the time, but take your time.
Yeah. I cannot stress how much I loved Human Revolution. That is such a... And it ended so well. It ended so well that the subtitle of this one, Mankind Divided, just makes me want it even more. I'm not going to spoil it. I don't know if you've actually played Human Revolution or not. Have you? Yes or no?
I have played it. I haven't beaten it personally, but I've watched it played to completion. All of my roommates in college played it, so I basically did. Okay. So I've seen it all.
So you know what the term Mankind Divided has such strong...
Yep. Oh, I know.
That's so good.
The subject matter they're going to tackle in that game is going to be heavy, and I think it's going to be good.
We can't stay on Deus Ex forever.
I want it to be good.
We got to move on. But very excited for that game. That might be a game I might... No, I'm not going to pre-order that game. I'm gonna wait a week. I'm back to waiting a week. Given time for games. Josh, is that an iPhone I see in your hand? No. One day you're going to up the ante. Go for an iPhone.
That ain't ever ever going to happen, you watch your filthy fucking mouth. Anyway, next game.
Destiny, an expansion.
Destiny expansion.
Between the both of us, I think I'm the only one that has owned and played Destiny.
Yeah. I don't have... Is it on 360? I don't think...
Yeah,
it is on 360.
It's on all of them. The PS3.
Well, I don't have Live anymore, so I don't really... it wouldn't really do anything for me. Destiny is one of those games that I want to play. I would want to like. I'm glad that I didn't, though, because of everything I've heard, and it's got a lot of problems. And I want to see it be successful, though. I do want to see it, what they intended for it, and to see if they could actually hit their vision at some point.
They'd have to rework the game from the ground up to hit what I heard Destiny should have been. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, and I do too. I think, though, that I want them to be successful. I want to see what they can do with it, but I don't. I'll follow it. I'll be interested, but I don't care.
Yeah. So I played Destiny all the way up to level 28. I did the Vault of Glass on normal mode back when that was a thing, and got some cool rare gear and legendary gear. And I have to say that it's all right. That's the way I could put Destiny. It's got a shitload of problems with the game. Like,
yeah,
I don't know if they've actually patched this out, if they fix it, but when the game came out, while I was playing it, there was no looking for group system. There's no looking for group system if you play one of the game's like harder modes. You kind of just have to be in a group already, but you can't just be in a group, because whenever you go back to your home tower, it's called a social tower, it has a limit of only 12 people can be in there at a time. And not everyone is there wanting... You can't interact with the whole server, is basically what I'm saying. There's no way to do so. So it's a game just rife with problems. Also, it's samey, it's boring. There's only 4 planets. I was promised the galaxy. No, there's Earth, the moon. There's only one location on Earth, it's Russia. There's the moon, there's Mars, there's Venus, and that's it. I know they expanded it a little more. I think maybe there's an extra planet, but so far the expansions I've been seeing have just been like, hey, here's a couple more missions, or here's, we've made the endgame content a little bit more difficult. Don't care. I can't be bothered to care. I actually still have the game. I haven't touched it since November. So.
Yep, it's a shame. I'll be interested to see what happens, but I'm not holding out my hope that they're going to do anything majorly.
The RNG grinding system just, it's the worst. It's the absolute worst. Let's go into next. Disney Infinity 3.0 edition, the Star Wars edition.
Cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Whatever. Yep. Not going to play it, but it's neat. I'm glad it exists. I think that's
Me too.
cool.
If I had a kid that was of age, like 9, 8, I would love that. I'd love to play this game with my kid.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's just not the market. I'm not the market for it. I'm a married adult with no children, so sorry, I'm just really not the market for it. Next, The Division.
I'm very excited.
Let's watch Ubisoft fuck this one up.
I really hope they don't. This is one of those games where I think that they really have a chance to get away from some of the Ubisoftness and tomfuckery they happened this last year.
How appropriate for the Tom Clancy title. Let the man rest in peace, by the way. What's this have to do with Tom Clancy?
It's probably something that he worked up before he died.
Come on now.
Hey, I'm a huge Tom Clancy fan, so I'm fine with
Fair
it.
Enough.
But I think it's a good sign that they just pushed it. Well, I say good sign that they pushed it back a little bit longer. They just recently announced that they're pushing the release date back again.
Maybe that's not a bad thing.
Maybe it's not. It didn't work for Watch Dogs, but maybe here, I don't know. I'm very excited about it. I want them to take their time. I don't want them to fuck it up. I don't need them to add the Ubisoft go to a tower and expand the map thing. My God, stop doing it. Every game doesn't need to have that.
Wait. Beyond Assassin's Creed, what other games have that?
The Crew, Far Cry 4, basically every game they've made in the last year and a half.
I remember Far Cry 3 was rife with that. You're right.
Yep. So
The Division's release date has been pushed back to nebulous 2016.
yeah. So we'll see.
All right. You know what? I don't mind if you want to push a game back, especially when it's a big MMO game. Remember, Destiny got pushed back again and again, but if you keep pushing the game back, you have to also keep in mind not everyone on your dev team is going to stay on your dev team. They might move on. They might want to do other things. And when key people on your dev team start leaving, the game starts falling apart. So that's also a bad thing that does and can happen to games that get pushed back too far. Especially in our industry and market, where finding a different job in the gaming industry is not difficult. It's very much a very flourishing market. So, have deadlines. Get what you can get out. Don't let feature creep ruin your game,
Yeah.
Or in the words of Shigeru Miyamoto, you should feel safe in pushing back a game because nobody remembers a pushed back game, but everyone remembers a bad game. Remember, Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Everyone forgets that kept getting pushed back. It was pushed back 2 years. Twilight Princess pushed back a year. So everyone forgets those games were pushed back. They just remember the games for what they are. And that is a very fair saying to live by when it comes to working in the game industry.
Yes, we're going to bitch, but if you make it good, we won't care.
Yep, that's right. What did I say earlier? Give us good games.
Take your time.
And we will play them. Make a game good, the rest will just naturally happen. Well, what's this? Money. Huh. Just pluck it out the air.
I got a wallet full of it. You gotta earn it though.
Yep. We just don't buy games sight and scene. It's not 1990 something anymore.
Nope.
Moving on. The what's it called here? Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition. Well, does that mean this game came out originally?
Yeah, I'm fairly certain this is a re-release. So the game I didn't play.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It wasn't. It's not that it's not my type of game. I do kind of like these type of adventure type games, but yeah, I'm sorry. Not for me. Not gonna play it.
It looks cool. Not a game I'd play, but I'm sure there's a market for a re-release of that.
There's a large market for games like that. Let's move on. Doom. Working title, I hope.
You know what? I kind of hope it's
Doom
not.
4.
Just Doom. Make Doom. Make the original Doom now. I mean, some of the stuff from that little teaser they showed were from the original Doom, so why not?
Bethesda
Fuck
game?
it. Yeah, they're publishing it.
Oh, they're just publishing it. Okay, never mind.
I think they bought...
It's being called Doom 4.
I don't know. I would like... yeah, I think they bought it or something like that. I don't know, but just fucking, you know what? Do whatever.
Do whatever.
Make Doom. Just make Doom now. Fucking throw caution to the wind. Do it.
They have committed to 1080p resolution with guaranteed 60 frames per second on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. All right, you can guarantee that. You better deliver.
Yeah, I mean,
good
luck.
If you say on the PS4 and Xbox One, you're going to give me 1080p with 60 frames per second, solid static. I mean, all right, I'm in. It's going to be difficult, but I'm in. Old school mechanics, you just pick up weapon items and they just reloads.
You can't look up and down. You just look side to side.
Aiming is automatic. Can't look up and down. Strafing is your best friend.
Like I said, let's just fucking do it. Make it.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
I'd play that game.
Yeah. Let's go to the next game. Enter the Gungeon. The Gungeon?
No idea, never heard of it.
It's another Devolver Digital game. They're busy. Can I just say that?
They're making... How many teams do they got cranking stuff out?
I don't know. Oh, they're the publisher. I'm sorry. The developer is Dodge Roll. Oh, that name alone. Here's my money. That is a fucking excellent video game studio name. Dodge Roll? Are you kidding me? You have my attention now. Just based on the name. Okay, we obviously know nothing about it, so that shows how excited we are or not for it. There's one more game, Josh. Just bear with me. Fable Legends.
Cool. I've never finished a Fable game. I've started many of them. I thought they were interesting. They could never hold my attention to finish it. Whatever. Make Fable. Do what you want.
It's a prequel set 400 years before the first Fable. It's actually kind of an MMO where, well, it's a multiplayer game. I'm sorry, MMO is the wrong phrase. It supports 5 people at the same time going through the same adventure, so that's kind of cool. Xbox One only. I don't have an Xbox One, but it's also coming to PC. So, we'll see. My wife loves these games. She loves the Fable games. I think they're boring. I've played a large bit of the very first Fable game, and not for me. I just thought it was really, really boring. Also, the Fable games have this very bad trapping of there's no incentive to complete them. You will beat Fable, insert number here, through attrition, because you can't die in the game. What happens when you die is your character stands the fuck back up with just a scar somewhere randomly on their body. It depends on wherever your last hit was, which, by the way, is cool. But that's it. There's no incentive to get good at the game because you're going to win no matter what at some point. I never understood that. Why do people care to play these games? It's beyond me. Anyways, let's move on to Fallout fucking 4.
Yes! My friend Mike has been joking that it's going to be Fallout 4 Operation Anchorage because he's an asshole. But no, that's
Fallout
not.
4 Operation Anchorage. Oh my god, that'd be horrible. It's just
Right?
It's just the first-person shooter of that war. There was already DLC for it. That was good enough.
Yep, and it was terrible. I
didn't mind it. I got power armor at the end of it. I got the Game of the Year edition of Fallout 3, and I played Operation Anchorage in the middle of my game. So I beat them. When people were telling me Fallout 3 was hard, I'm like, what are you talking about? I thought it was really easy. They're like, did you play the Game of the Year edition to get power armor halfway through the game? Maybe.
Terrible fucking person.
You're supposed to get the power armor at the end of the game for those that don't know. Like, literally, it's the last piece of armor that you get. You go through a little minigame to get trained to use it. Nah, just play the Operation Anchorage DLC.
You're terrible. But anyway, no, that's not what it's going to be. It's going to be Fallout 4, and we know nothing about the game.
I don't even know if it's going to be announced. It is rumored to be at E3.
Yep.
That's probably the key.
There are countless sources saying that it is all but confirmed that it is going to get announced, but they could be wrong. But it's about fucking time, especially because we've got likely a new engine that the game's going to be built on. So it'll be interesting to see what they do, where they set it, what's it going to be? I don't know, but I'm really fucking excited.
So I played the very first Fallout game, and I just didn't like it. I played this many, many years ago. I borrowed it from a friend and played it. And I have it on my computer now. I can play it whenever I want, and it's just kind of a meh game for me. But Fallout 3, when I bought it, because you said it was such a good game, did you just take a duck face picture on your phone? I'm sorry, everyone. I just saw Josh do something weird.
I'm taking Snapchats because that's what I do. People need to see my face as much as possible, so selfies for days, yo.
Fuck you.
Anyway, yes, I did recommend Fallout 3 because I said it was fucking excellent.
I bought it at GameStop, and I turned it on and plugged it in, and from a design perspective, that game is immaculate. It's just so good. The tone the game sets from the way the game kind of corrals you into everyone's first town is Atomic Town, but nothing in the game explicitly says you have to go here. You just get kind of corralled into there because everyone kind of makes suggestions, and it's kind of the first town you see on the horizon because you don't know where else to go. And then your first mission is typically, what am I supposed to do about this bomb here? And then from there, the game just kind of expands out. Did you know I never got into... there's supposed to be a time when you're supposed to encounter a giant robot at a radio station. You know, I never saw that. And I played the entire game through without a guide because I accidentally skipped it. I went to Rivet Town first. And if you go to Rivet Town first, it completely negates that section. So just little things like that. You can miss entire pieces of the game because you're out exploring. It didn't break the game either.
One of the things I did because I thought was hilarious, and I did it just because somebody told me that it happened.
You killed your dad.
I didn't actually do it in my main.
You killed your dad, didn't you?
No, I killed 3Dog.
Did you really?
On the radio. And then you listen to the radio at some point, and there's a new host talking about how some asshole came and murdered 3Dogs. So thank you very much. A lot of things like that, though. You're just like, so much happens and is interconnected, and you don't know in what way it's going to be or where you're going or how to do it. But God, is it good.
Such a very good game. Anything else you want to say about Fallout 4?
Take your time. Make it good.
Nah, pump that sumbitch out. Make it a cover-based shooter.
God damn it. Fuck you.
Forget that system. Just kind of have auto-aim on.
You can only play in first-person mode. There's no third-person element anymore.
I've rarely ever used a third-person element. You know that game in Fallout 3, just comparing it to 4? When you got your dog, his name is Dog Meat, I told him to stay home because I was afraid he would die. I had heard before from other friends that your dog is very, very vulnerable to gunfire. When he dies, he's dead for good. I'm like, okay, you send your dog home, and then he goes home for good. And then I kept him there.
Though if Dog Meat does die, I think there's a way you can get puppies from him to follow you around after that. So I mean, it's not the end of the world, but yeah, if Dog Meat were to die,
did your Dog Meat die?
You know what? I didn't actually get Dog Meat until very close to the end of the game. I missed him. I did eventually get him really close to the end of the game, but I never really had him.
Okay, fair enough. I thought he was a nice addition to the game, but I was too afraid to use him. But that's really, really well done design. Moving on, I'm afraid we have to move on at some point. Don't worry, everyone. When E3 actually happens, we will have a follow-up podcast where we talk about the entire week of E3. So prepare yourself. Moving on, we're a little more than halfway through the list. Forza 6.
Cool.
I don't care. It's Xbox One exclusive. I don't have an Xbox One. No.
Yeah.
Next, Gears of War 4. I can't be bothered to care.
Nope, never. I think, I'm trying to remember. I played a Gears of War game. I don't remember which one. I don't think I beat it. I've never liked it. I don't like the way they feel. I don't like over-the-shoulder third person. I just don't like the games. I don't care. Make Gears of War 4. I'm sure somebody will be happy about it, but it's not for me.
I actually played the first Gears of War and had a lot of fun with it. So there's that.
Which apparently they are. It's all but confirmed too that there is going to be a HD remastered Gears of War being released at some point as well. So
that's something to look forward to.
Yep. But again, don't care. Not for me.
That's the reason why I don't care. It's Xbox One only, and I don't have an Xbox One. I don't think the other ones came on PC. Maybe they did, and maybe I'm just being stupid. I don't think so.
I don't know, and I can't be bothered to care or to look that up. So.
All right, moving on. Guitar Hero Live.
Yeah, do it. Make another Guitar Hero game. From what I've heard, some of the stuff that they're making a new guitar. The new microphones that they're using are a lot better. There's a lot of really exciting, interesting things happening with it. I don't know that I will buy a personal set. But yeah, I'm ready for some more Guitar Hero. It's been long enough. I think it's time.
I've played a lot of Guitar Hero. I'd be more excited if you replace our word Guitar Hero with Dance Dance Revolution. I was that type of fan. I was a fair weather Guitar Hero fan, but I was a hardcore Dance Dance Revolution fan.
I think the days of DDR have.
I'm willing to accept that they're dead. And you know what? Beyond Guitar Hero, I actually wanted more DJ Hero. If we're to be frank here, I loved both DJ Heroes. But
well, I'm hoping the new Guitar Hero will make way for a new DJ Hero. So fingers crossed.
It's a completely different audience set, though. I mean, just like Dance Dance Revolution. It's a completely different skill set. Dance Dance Revolution asks for you to actually be in shape. I went there. Come at me. Oh, but it's true. Moving on. Halo 5 Guardians. So here's the thing. If I had an Xbox One, I'd care. Because I like the story of most Halo games. I like the story of the first three. I did not appreciate as much the story of the fourth Halo game. And I just like the story of Halo games. So I play them for the single player. I stopped playing the multiplayer long ago. If this comes out on PC, I'll play the single player and call it a day.
Yeah, I don't have an Xbone. I like Halo enough to think that it's cool that they're making it. I'd be interested. You know, I don't really have any frame of reference for the new Halo storyline. I'd be interested to play it. It's cool. Yeah, that's about it.
Moving on, Homefront 2. Didn't play the first one. Didn't have an interest to play the first one. It came out during Homefront came out during the deluge that was the swamp of military first-person shooters that you'd have to wade through just to find a decent one. I hear Homefront was okay, but I don't care.
Yeah, I heard it was alright. I played a demo of it and I enjoyed it enough. I didn't enjoy it enough to buy it, but yeah. I didn't hate it. Make another one, that's cool. I've heard some interesting things about what they might be doing with it, how they're going to change it up. Nothing too specific, but I think that they might be iterating on it in an interesting way, so we'll see.
Hollow Point is the next game. Looks interesting. It looks like a spy type action game where you're going through with up to several people, taking on a procedurally generated enemies and environments. So that's interesting.
Yeah. I have no real frame of reference.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what that.
Well, I'll be interested to see what they do.
I can't wait to see what that looks like.
Yep.
Just Cause 3.
Yeah.
One of my Facebook friends who apparently I went to school with, but I never met, is actually an associate producer for Just Cause 3.
Nice.
The studio, New York Avalanche Studios. And I played the second one. Loved it. It's like Grand Theft Auto, but it did everything right. It encourages being the asshole that goes around causing wanton destruction. You're rewarded for it.
It's second only to Mercenaries Playground of Destruction.
I disagree. I think Just Cause just does it better.
Hey, we can all be wrong from time to time, Stan. It's okay.
Fuck yourself.
Ha! Anyway, yeah, I'm excited. I'll be excited to see. I hope they just take what they did in Just Cause 2 and just get even battier.
We passed the F section a while ago, but it wasn't on here. If I can go ahead and gush for a minute. Final Fantasy 15. So, can we bring an end to Stan's is playing Final Fantasy Type 0 Saga? Ready? I gave up. I was playing it a couple weeks ago, and the game is set up so that you pick a set of 3 of the 12 characters in the game, and there was a mission in the game that forced you to use all the characters, but they don't all level up with you. You have to forcibly level up all 12 characters to a decent level to stand a chance. And it's in a mission that's like more than halfway through the game. It's on like story chapter 5 of 8. And I was like, I don't care anymore. I'm done. And I put the controller down. I popped the disc out of my PS4 and said, at this point, it's a job. When it gets to the point where you're playing a video game, it's just no longer fun. It's work. It's like work that you kind of don't enjoy, but you kind of just do it because you feel like you have to. Here's the thing: I don't have to play this game, so I'm not going to anymore. I just stopped. I'm not going to look back. I think one day maybe I might go back to it, but I just can't be bothered. It's not that good of a Final Fantasy game. I'm gonna admit it. It's only okay. On a score out of 5, I give it a solid 2.5 stars. So I played the demo of the Final Fantasy 15.
For those of you watching not the video, Stan is throwing his arms up in a very exuberant fashion. His mouth is open. His eyes have widened. He looks pretty happy.
Beautiful.
That's all I can say,
Everything
folks.
I've wanted out of a next generation Final Fantasy game is in this game. Beautiful action-based combat. Beautiful set pieces. Great customization system. Very deep sword weapon-based customization system. And the voice acting isn't half bad. It's not the best, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all, especially when they're dubbing it from English. I loved it. It was a 2.5 hour demo. I hear it's shorter, but I kind of sucked at it. But I loved it. I loved all of it. I cannot wait for Final Fantasy 15 to come out. I will pre-order this game. Giving me the opportunity to play the demo, I want to pre-order this game. Absolutely. Absolutely. I was impressed to the nth degree. And I can't go back to Type 0 after playing that. It's like, here's a couple bites of steak. Do you want to go back to that week-old hamburger? That's unfair. Do you want to go back to that Wendy's hamburger? I'll have some more of that steak if you got it. They're like, yeah. We just need to finish cooking it. That was just a little bit. There was a little taste. We'll get back to you. I loved it. I hope Square announces something at E3 about it. They've been doing it every year. Which goes back to our next game on the list, Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, this if it's actually there, which I mean, every year they say this is going to be the year. So this is one, if you'll notice, does not have an asterisk next to it, so it is not confirmed. Highly rumored.
I thought that if it didn't have an asterisk next to it, it was confirmed.
No, asterisk means it's confirmed.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That it's going to actually have some sort of something there.
Yeah.
So, I'd be interested. It's been too fucking long.
How many Kingdom Hearts games have you played?
Just 1 and 2.
Can I tell you how far out the story you are between? Yeah, and that's the shit of it. You just playing 1 and 2 should be enough. But because you haven't played all the dumbass little games in between, you will have no idea what's going on when you touch 3.
I really hope that that's not the case, and that if this game comes out, that it will accommodate people who've only played 1 and 2. But also, I mean, it was a game when it was originally announced that I was like, yeah, this will make me buy a PlayStation 3 back when that was the platform that it was originally going to get released on. And I'm even further removed from that, and it looks like it might even come out on the Xbox One as well. But like,
Square's got to make that money.
I want the game. I've been waiting for it. I don't know that I'll ever play it though, because I don't know if I'm going to get one of those consoles anytime soon. But it also may never come out, so who knows?
I have faith that it will come out. One, they're using, believe it or not, they're using the Unreal 4 engine for Kingdom Hearts 3. That's unreal to me. There we go.
Ha!
That perplexes me. No, I'm going back to it. That's unreal to me because normally Square is known for building their own in-house overtly expensive engines. But no, they're using a off-the-shelf Unreal 4 engine to make this game, so that's impressive. I think they actually are going to go ahead and finish it. Why not? And the only thing to stop them from making Kingdom Hearts 3 is Tetsuya Nomura's, I guess, inability to finish the story, because supposedly 3 is going to finish the story. That's what this has all been building up to. All the in-between games, 3, 5, 6, 8 over days over 2, Dream Drop Distance, Birth by Sleep, which was a huge game and apparently that game is actually very, very important to the entire story, but neither here nor there. Moving on. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see what they announce for it. Lego Jurassic Park 3.
Cool.
No, Lego Jurassic World.
Yep, those Lego games are always neat. Make that game. That's cool.
I feel like a
movie tie-in.
I mean, it's going to be released the same month E3 comes out. So, yeah, movie tie-in game. Am I the only one that feels like saying this? But I hate those Lego games. I really do. I feel like last time I said that to someone, they're like, well, you just hate fun. No, I just hate those Lego games.
I think the last one that I ever actually played, and the only one that I ever played, was Lego Indiana Jones, because it came with my 360. I didn't finish it. It was like, oh, yeah, I get it. I don't need to play it. It's neat. I think, it's important to the audience that it's important to.
Yeah, it's probably just I'm not the audience. I guarantee if I had a kid, they would probably eat the shit out of that game. Like me, normally when I play the Lego games, it's me and Ariel playing them, and we get bored after the first 3 hours and then never touch the game again. We still have a couple of those Lego games actually sitting on our shelves. So I actually have bought these games, given them a try, given them a concerted effort, and they're just not for me. Moving on, Mad Max, the video game.
Another movie tie-in. I think I would care more if I had seen Mad Max, which I want to, but even then, I probably wouldn't care about the game very much. It's just
maybe this will help. It's also being made by Avalanche Studios. Will that help?
It doesn't hurt.
Different publisher, but still being. It's supposed to be an open-world apocalyptic adventure game. I'm sensing Fallout.
I say we know how much I like those, so I mean it's got an opportunity to impress me. But
coming out for PC, just wait for a Steam sale.
Hey, look, there's a pre-order button. I should click that. No, I'm not going to do that because we all know Josh doesn't pre-order games.
You're a
fuck
stronger
that.
man than I.
I am.
I have to fight myself to keep from pre-ordering stuff. I have a disease. Next game, Mario Maker.
Very exciting, and I'm getting more excited about this game. Not that I have a Wii U, but
really,
there for a while when they first announced the game, it sounded like they were going to make some really big mistakes on what they were going to allow you to do. But it seems like as time has gone on, more features have been added to it that it might actually be what we're looking for out of the Mario Maker. So I'm very interested to see what happens.
I mean, I'm actually legitimately glad and surprised that you're interested in it because I actually have a Wii U and I just don't care. Like there have been like emulators and cut programs that let you kind of edit Super Mario World for a long time now, and that's how people made Kaiju Mario. It's just a giant Godzilla Mario. Anyways, I'm sorry. But I look at it, I've watched the videos about it, and maybe it's just not my cup of tea. Who knows? I might rent it one day from Redbox and give it a try and might fall in love with it. After all, one of my specialties when I was taking game design in college was level design, so who knows? Mass Effect 4.
Cool.
Why? That's my question.
I don't know. Because they're bored and they want to cash in on that. Though, are they... So, what I'm interested to see is what they're doing with it. Is it going to be new folks? Are they going to reboot the story? Are they going to tell a different story? Because I feel like Mass Effect 3 kind of wrapped everything up.
In a nice little package.
Yeah, so, what other universal calamity can they come up with for them to tackle? So I'm interested to see what they're doing with it, just out of the simple curiosity of where do you go.
The game will be created using the Frostbite engine, which, in case you're unfamiliar, is the engine used in Battlefield 4 and 3. So, it says here it'll have many of the same core features as Dragon Age Inquisition. That's interesting at the very least. I don't know, maybe they're going to do something that's just, blows you out of the water with sci-fi elements, so, I don't know. I'm interested at the very minimum. I'm curious what they're going with it because there's really nowhere else for the story to go. Unless they make up a new one. Next one, Magic Duels Origins. Guys, I spent enough money on your cards. I'm not gonna spend it on the game. That's Stan's take on it. You could say whatever you want.
Yeah, I've never really been a Magic player. I don't. Yeah, that's cool. Whatever, make the game. There are people who want that.
Here's a big AAA title: Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. So I'm gonna get hanged. I haven't been really a fan of the Metal Gear Solid series ever. I follow it vicariously through my friends who are vociferous fans of the game. I don't know if Josh is that much of a fan or not, but go ahead. I imagine if you were that much of a fan, you'd have a PS3 just for Metal Gear Solid 4. I mean 5, not 4. No, I was right. Metal Gear Solid 4.
So I never actually played Metal Gear Solid personally, and for anybody who's familiar with the Giant Bomb and is a premium subscriber over there, they'll know of the segment called Metal Gear Scanlan, in which two folks go through and play. One who's a massive Metal Gear Solid fan and one who's never played the series before, and they go through and they've played the games and they've played 1, 2, and 3, and they're going to probably be doing 4 here soon. And I enjoy the story a lot. I bet if I played the games, they would drive me up a wall because mechanically sometimes they do some fucking things.
I hate the controls of the first one. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. But the story is just so batshit crazy, and I hear that it gets even crazier that I just love it, and I want to see where it's going. And I really like the characters, and I want to see big bosses, like what goes on with him. I've even watched some of the PSP version of the game. There was a game released a few years ago telling part of the big boss story. And I watched all the cutscenes and whatnot on YouTube, and it was
You're a bigger
good.
fan than I am.
So I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to it. It's kind of sad that David Hayter's not doing the voice.
Really?
Yeah, they actually got Kiefer Sutherland to voice Big Boss.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but apparently because he was so expensive, he didn't actually record too much, so he's a lot more silent than he's been in the past. So, that's a little disappointing, but I'm very excited to see this game.
All right, fair enough. I'm just not a fan of Metal Gear games. I do love tactical stealth games. That's why I loved Deus Ex Human Revolution. But I don't like tactical stealth games where the story just goes batshit insane. And Metal Gear Solid is a game where the story just absolutely goes batshit insane. I don't feel I'm giving away too many spoilers by saying this since it came out however many decades ago. Revolver Ocelot turning into Liquid Snake because he grafted his arm onto his that's when the series lost me. That's part.
Oh, that was fucking great. Hilarious. Like he needed an arm, there was an arm, he took it, he put it on, and all of a sudden
he's Liquid Snake now.
Yep. How can you not like that?
You can't pay for story tomfoolery like that. How does that even work?
No, you really...
Anyways.
Hideo Kojima magic. Anyway.
On Minecraft story mode.
Don't give a fuck.
I'm not a Minecraft fan. I've never played the game. Ever.
Nope. No interest in it either. Mirror's Edge 2.
I'm just gonna glance over.
Yeah. I understand that it's a cultural phenomenon, and being a video game podcast, we probably are going to get, we probably should care.
There's a lot of people
it's
that
big.
Minecraft is a very much, either you've played it and you love it, or you've seen it and don't care to play it. It really is one of those games where there is a gigantic cultural divide to it, so we're just on one side.
Yep. Can't be bothered to care. Mirror's Edge 2. Mm-hmm. Interesting. I'm glad they're making another one. I've played the first one a little bit. I haven't completed it. Mechanically speaking, it did some interesting things, and I think they tackled free running in first-person mode in an interesting way. I don't think it was like the cleanest game or the longest game, but I think it did some good stuff, and I'd be interested to see where they go with it from here. I'm especially given the lackluster. I think it had pretty lackluster sales or reception. So the fact that they're making another one, I think it's good. I think it shows that they really care about the property and the mechanics and what they can do with that. So I'm excited to see it.
I hear Anita Sarkeesian was called in to give advice on the game.
Really? Interesting. Yeah, I'll be interested to see what they do with it.
I'm just saying that because no matter what we might think about it, that might affect the game's sales overall. Just saying that she was a consulate on the game. They're like, well, I might not buy it. I don't know. I haven't played the first one. Maybe I'll give it a shot one of these days. I'm up for very interesting gameplay. Moving right along.
Yep.
Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. And can we just both agree to just move on to the game that actually matters? No Man's Sky! Hell yes! Oh, No Man's fucking Sky. So being that I love Elite Dangerous, as you can probably hear in the last podcast, this looks like Elite Dangerous on the PS4, let's be honest. And you can actually get out of your ship. Even better. Even better. I'm with you.
The scope of what they are talking about and promising in this game is phenomenal, and I really hope that they execute on it. And I'm very interested to see where they go and how what they put out. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I'd be interested to see what they got. I hope it's there. I hope they get some time.
I can't wait to play it. I cannot wait. Give me a release date. Let me play it. Then let me just buy it. Just give me a demo. Just give me a little taste. Just a demo. Oh, so No Man's Sky. I'm really, really looking forward to that. I almost called it Elite Dangerous. It just reminds me of Elite Dangerous. Also, Indie Studio, Hello Games. Great first title, guys. I hope you're very successful. It's shaping up to be a great one. Overwatch. It's a Blizzard game. It can do no wrong. I don't know what else I could say beyond that.
Yep. It's Team Fortress 2, but
I'm
Blizzard.
sorry. There's a gorilla with glasses that shoots guns. Here's your money.
Yep, we'll see. You know what? I'm sure it'll be great. It'll be out soon. I hope they've got some stuff to show here.
They showed stuff last year.
Well, I mean, more stuff.
It
like
actually should be out
actual.
by the time E3 is set and over with. So we might not be talking about a review of the game. We might be talking about, hey, this game came out. Here's our thoughts on it. I'm very excited for it. Very much. Put this on the stand. We'll probably buy this list.
It'll probably be free to play.
Even better. Next, Persona 5.
Cool. I've always wanted to play Persona 4. I haven't. I want to. I probably will at some point.
Same here.
Yeah, let's make, Persona 5 cool. Make it. See what happens.
I hear Persona is actually a really, really good series, but it's a little bit too Japan for me, if that makes sense. Maybe one day I'll give it a shot, but it's a little bit too. It pretty much isn't my cultural drive, that type of game, upon first outlook. But I hear they're really, really good games. Pillars of Eternity, an expansion. I really need to play the first game. But if you're going to expand upon what Obsidian Entertainment's already been delivering, cool. Go for it.
Yep.
Go with Zeus. Next. Quantum Break. Okay, I'm going to have to actually read the description for this one.
It looks pretty. That's all I can say about
Game
it.
just announced from Remedy Entertainment. The game will be a blend of live-action TV series and video game where you play the game while that will impact the show. What?
I bet that'll work well.
Maybe I read that wrong.
No, you read it right. I read it too.
Huh.
Relics of the Gods next time.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip this one. The Xbox One only. Yep, and that's also how you lost my interest. Thank you, Relics of the Gods. Josh, go.
Turn-based 3v3 strategy MOBA. Cool, make MOBAs. Everybody's making MOBAs now. whatever.
Market's
I don't
starting
care.
to get a little saturated with them, to be perfectly honest.
Yep. Well, that's how we do in the game industry.
Keep releasing them till everyone's sick of them.
Yep. Yep.
I get it. I get it. It's just that you can't make me care about them all. MOBAs are a huge time investment. Especially if it comes to a MOBA you want to actually get good in. Yeah, those are huge time sinks. Next game, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Timed Xbox One and Xbox 360 exclusive. That is a topic of huge debate because since the first game, Tomb Raider has been a PlayStation property. So making it a timed exclusive on specifically a Microsoft property, to me, to Stan, feels like a slap in the face to the people that have exclusively bought those consoles to play these games. And they do exist.
Yep. Well, and it's one of those things, too, where it just doesn't seem... It seems like it's more going to split the fan base than actually move consoles. I don't... Like, Tomb Raider's a big property, and it's a very historic one, but I don't think it's one that really moves consoles all that much. So it just seems like if you're going to release it on all the platforms at some point, just do it. I know there's marketing dollars behind it, and there's people in suits who think that it's important, but I just don't think that it's a healthy move for the fan base of that game. Just release it all at the same time.
I'm sure Microsoft threw a shitload of money at them to have.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Either way, I hear the first one is really good. The Tomb Raider. So I probably will eventually end up buying that for PC, if it's on PC, or PlayStation 4, since I have one. And I'll probably just play it and see what it's like. Let's go to the next game. Rock Band 4. Is it the revival of the Plastic Instrument game?
Yeah, woo, do it.
I
Make
have
it.
nothing else to say about that.
time.
We talked about Guitar Hero up there, so there's really not much to say about Rock Band. It's the same goddamn thing. Next, another Devolver Digital game, Ronin. Okay. The description title is Make with the Stabby. Stabby. All right. I'm reading the description about it. Laying out an unrelenting path of retribution, Tamaz Waklawek, Ronin follows the exploits of a vengeful heroine determined to strike down 5 prominent figures of a powerful corporation. Put your strikes versus cunning of a razor wire via the cunning use of a razor wire or the deadly katana, or avoid combat via a holographic replicator. Oh, so I guess it's a futuristic game. Or grappling hook until you locate your most advantageous position for an all-out assault. This sounds less like a Ronin samurai and more like a ninja, honestly. Grappling hooks, that's a ninja tool. Use of a holographic replicator, use of shadows in the skies. Yeah, you sound more like a ninja, not a Ronin. Anyways, Ronin takes you through 15 complex missions as you stalk through targets with silent steps and soaring leaps. But be careful, your enemies are carefully guarded and part of a secret, destructive conglomerate. Taking them out will be no easy task. Okay, I mean,
it looks interesting. It looks nice. I probably won't play it, but hey, who
I
knows?
really need to give Devolver Digital more of my time and possibly money. Next, Scalebound. Xbox One only game, so you've lost a lot of my interest right there. What is this? Dragons?
Yep, looks like
Oh,
dragons.
hold on a sec. Platinum Games? Hello. Platinum Games also made one of my favorite games, Bayonetta, and what's the name of it? Jeez, I can't remember the name of it. Guy has a robotic suit. Oh, that's gonna hurt me. I'm gonna go ahead and click Platinum Games real quick. I think it starts with a V or an E. Hold on. This is bothering me. It really is bothering me because they made one of my favorite games. Vanquish! How did I forget it? Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, they also made Infinite Space? That game sucked. It's a space RPG that you thought was going to be great, but it's not. The Infinite Space sucks. Anyways, yeah. So Scalebound, Dragons, Xbox One only. I'm sorry, lost interest.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Shin Megami, oh god, Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem for the Wii U. I don't play these cross games.
No.
Moving on.
Yeah. All right, Sam,
No.
calm down.
No.
Calm down. Calm down.
You don't tell me what to do. Star Wars for the Wii U. Star Wars.
And by Star Wars, you mean Star Fox.
Star Wars in the brain. Star Fox for the Wii U.
About fucking time.
One of the articles I read said that your R-Wing will be able to also turn into the Landmaster, and it can also turn into a helicopter. Now, a helicopter seems like a downgrade.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why?
I've never heard an argument that an Apache can take down a F-15 Strike Eagle at any given point. I was always under the assumption the Strike Eagle had the advantage at all times. But, sounds good. Sounds good. I can't wait to see video of it. It's gonna be exciting. Tell you what, Nintendo is going to bring their A game to this E3. Can I just say that out loud? Did you see what Nintendo is going to do? They're going to bring back the Video Game World Championships to E3.
That's awesome.
Oh, it's going to be awesome.
I tell you what, I can't decide if I want Nintendo to do what they did last year and do another video keynote,
Nintendo Direct
or if I
Treehouse?
want them to do or if I want them to go back to the live format. I cannot decide which I like better. That video was good, but I don't know. There's something about live keynotes.
Why not both? It's not like it's a small
True.
company. It's one of the 3 largest video game producers and console makers in the world. Are you telling me they don't have enough money to both give a keynote and just do a Nintendo Direct Treehouse?
Yeah, do it.
I can't wait for Star Fox Wii U announcement. I want announcement. I want videos, and it's confirmed too. So that's even more.
It is confirmed it will be there, so you got that to look forward to.
Look forward to it. Next, Star Wars Battlefront.
Don't you mean Star Fox Battlefront?
Fuck you. That's right next to each other.
We have fun here. We have fun here, boys and girls.
Star Wars Battlefront. I want to see gameplay. I saw the reveal trailer like a month ago. I want to see gameplay. That's it. That's all I got for that.
Yeah, my problem with it is I am worried from what it sounds like they have stripped so much out of that game that it's not going to be what people want. It's not going to be like Star Wars Battlefront 2. And then what they're going to do is they're going to say, hey, look, you want this feature back in? Here, buy this expansion. Fuck you, EA. Anyway, Skylanders 2015.
Hold on. Go back. So you're afraid they're going to piecemeal the game out?
Yep.
Interesting.
That or they're just going to remove stuff from the old games that people love and never put them back in.
So, a la Battlefield for the Naval Strike mode, kind of like how it was Titan mode from 2142.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can see them doing that.
You know, cutting out vehicle sections or just only focusing on, like, I'm fairly certain that they confirmed that at least in the main release they're not going to do the Clone Wars, which playing as the droids was a very interesting part of Battlefront 2. But watch. It'll be like, oh, hey, here's the Clone Wars for $20. No.
Yeah,
Fuck
EA
you.
is very much guilty of piecemealing out pieces of the game and give it to you. I think there's starting to be more of an industry shift towards companies stopping that nonsense than there is otherwise. But we'll see. Skylanders, 2015.
Cool.
Eh.
It's just like Disney Infinity.
If I had a kid, I would care more.
Yep. And, you know, it's a neat thing. It's not anything that I'm into, but I can imagine at some point in my life, if Skylanders is still around, I will probably be into it simply because
Yeah,
my
these
child
are
will
really
be into
cool
it.
games, and these are really novel concepts. So, yeah, I appreciate it. Really good idea, Activision and Disney. Really good ideas. Star Wars Visceral Project. All right.
Open world Star Wars game sounds good. Make it. I'll be interested to see what form it takes, how it works into the lore and the canon and whatnot, and what they do with it. But I mean, that's as much as I know about it. I think it's really just been announced as in like this is happening. So
I'm
we'll see. It may or may not be there. We'll may or may not learn
I'm a
more.
little burned out in Star Wars games, to be honest. I mean, I've been playing them since I've been born. Right? Since
Yeah.
I've been able to pick up a controller, there's always been a Star Wars game I can always go towards. Sword Coast Legends, this next game. I thought this was already out. No, that's right. It was being announced and coming out. Live out your Dungeons and Dragon fantasies online. Parties of up to 4 human players cooperate in adventures managed by by human dungeon masters. Go for it. There's a huge market for that.
If they can make it work,
Go for it.
yeah,
Fuck
by all
yeah.
means.
All for it.
Hey Stan, you remember Titanfall?
No.
No? Well, you want another one?
Don't care. That was one of those games where the hype for it was huge, and then it came out. People played it for, I feel like, 2 months, and then the player base just fell off a cliff. Mostly because the game got hacked hardcore. Like, people were just cheating all up and down. And you know what? That only happens to you a couple times before you move on to another game permanently. But Titanfall 2, go for it, I guess. Just don't make it another yearly cycle.
I wanted to like it. I wanted to like it so
Did you?
bad. I did not. Well, I played it with somebody. Did not play it personally because I don't have an Xbone. But
I can't.
I mean, what I played, I enjoyed.
On
But
PC. I actually bought it on PC for $5 during an Origin sale, and I still haven't played it.
oh, that's right. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
they were practically giving it away 6 months ago just to tell you how far off a map it fell for people playing it.
Hey guys, remember this? You can have it.
$5. That's how much it cost me to buy Titanfall, and I still haven't touched it. Next, Uncharted 4 at a Thief's End. I need to play these games.
Yeah, I've never played the Uncharted series. It seems like a game I would enjoy. I just haven't had a PlayStation console in a while. So
I'm gonna look up if there's an Uncharted remastered edition for the PS4. I hear the remastered version of The Last of Us actually took a lot out of. Is it Naughty Dog? I think it's Naughty Dog Games. Rumors, just rumors of the trilogy being remastered. Tell you what, remaster the trilogy, release it, I'll play it, and if I love it, I'll probably buy part 4. There you go. Because I hear nothing but good things about these games. Nothing but good things. Let's move on. We're getting towards the end of the list. Until Dawn. It's clear that neither of us care. It's just...
Oh, did you say something? I thought...
It's a survival horror game.
Whoa.
Based...
That's a unique
It's a
concept.
survival horror game based on your use of a flashlight.
Maybe they can incorporate some MOBA elements to keep it, keep the theme of unsaturated markets. Because, there aren't enough survival horror games and there aren't enough MOBAs. So combine them.
Oh, and put first-person shooter elements in it.
Absolutely.
Tell you what, there's not enough
Cover-based
good
first-person
survival
shooting
horror games. How's that?
That's
How's that?
true.
The last good one to be released in a while was Alien Isolation. Moving on. WWE 2K16. Josh, are you a wrestling fan?
Not
Alright,
really.
we're gonna move on then. There's nothing to say about this, and I feel like anything we do say will offend people. I'm just not a fan of wrestling. It's me. People love it. People have loved it for years. I'm glad there's another game based on it. These are kind of like Madden titles that just come out once a year. Xenoblade Chronicles X. Yeah, that looks good. That looks awesome. I have Xenoblade Chronicles over here in my 3DS. And Xenoblade Chronicles X looks like more of the same except better, and it has giant mechs in it. You sold me with the giant mechs.
Yep, can't complain about that.
Giant open world exploration RPG. You don't even have to keep talking. You had me at giant mechs, but... Alright. So I've been excited for this game since it was announced in 2013. And I've been getting continuously more excited with each reveal trailer they released for it. So maybe they're going to go ahead and talk more about it. Next, Yoshi's Woolly World. This is how we're going to end.
Yeah, I mean, it looks nice.
Adorable. Let's just get that out the way.
It does.
It looks so freaking cute.
You know, I've heard good about the Kirby Wool games, so...
It's a spiritual sequel to Kirby's Epic Yarn. So here's the thing about Kirby's Epic Yarn. You can't die in that game. No matter how much damage you take, you cannot die. It's meant to be a game that you play cooperatively with a friend or family member, and you just kind of beat together and have fun. So that's just like Kirby's Epic Yarn. Me and Ariel played Kirby's Epic Yarn. We actually bought it like a couple days after it came out because it looked like an adorable little co-op game, and we had some fun with it. But when there's a game where you can't die, there's just no challenge to it. You have to force the challenge, like, well, how many points can I get at the end of the level? That type of challenge, and So I don't know if it goes on like sale or something, I probably will buy it. I don't know. Maybe I'll see something in the trailer that just convinces Ariel to really want it, and then we buy it. And that's it. That is the IGN E3 preview list. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more, but these are all the heavy hitters that were announced or semi-rumored or confirmed. What are your...
So let me ask, what on here besides Fallout 3, 4, God damn it, Fallout 4 and Star Wars for Wii U, what excites you the most on this list, or what are you most looking forward to, or who do you think is going to really steal the show based on what you know right now? If you had to say, hey, who's going to win this year?
I mean...
What are you excited for? Who do you think is going to take the...
I think you're fucking with me when you say Star Wars for the Wii U. And,
I am.
Well, last year Nintendo took the fucking show, and they didn't even show up. So that was amazing! They just unzipped their pants, slammed it on the table, and said...
here we are, motherfuckers.
What did you bring? And they weren't barely even there, so that's always impressive. Square Enix will probably impress a lot of the hard-end fans because, you know, they are publishing a lot of really interesting games. Deus Ex, Final Fantasy 15, Kingdom Hearts 3, Just Cause 3. Who else? Nintendo, if they can really puff up that Star Fox for Wii U and Xenoblade Chronicles X, in my opinion, will probably just step all over the competition because...
Maybe they could release a Metroid game. So maybe they could announce a Metroid game.
Oh, if they surprise announced a Metroid game for the...
Oh my god, I died!
Bring it back to 2D and throw it in the 3DS. There's a lot of Super Metroid clones out there, in case you're interested. The newest one, Axiom Verge, is getting nothing but rave reviews.
I've seen that. I've highly considered getting it, so...
Only,
I think there's the PC version is coming soon.
Let's double check real quick. I'm sorry if you guys hear me typing. Metroid. Yes, it's on Steam. Dude, why don't you have it? Oh, they just released it on Steam. They released it on Steam a week ago. Josh, you should play Axiom Verge.
I probably will. Don't
Oh,
worry.
it's 10% off on the Humble Bundle. Well, now I'm just saving you money. And it's going towards a good cause. Actually, I'm gonna. If you guys don't mind, if you're gonna hear me clicking, I'm gonna send Josh a link and just tempt him. Tell your wife I don't apologize for anything.
My co-host here is he cares about the status of my wallet, and by that I mean he wants it to be as empty as possible.
There you go. Humble Bundle Axiom Virt.
God damn it.
I'm gonna let you look at that for a little bit.
No, I'm good.
Meanwhile, I think the PS4 has a very strong lineup, and I think the Xbone is pushing for a strong lineup. To be fair, most of the PS4 lineup is going to be shared with the Xbone, so it is what it is. If you're gonna ask who's gonna walk away as a winner, Nintendo holding the World Championships is already gearing up to once again. They're going to say, oh yeah, by the way, guys, we don't care about marketing. We care about our video games, and we're going to show you how fun our video games are going to be. That means a lot to me.
Well, I'm also excited because I think last year we heard a lot of coming next year. So I think this is the chance for a lot of these publishers and developers to make good on that and say, all right, this is going to be a fucking jam-packed year from now until the holidays, or now until next E3. It's just going to be coming hot and heavy, and I think that's good. And I'm very excited to see. There's a lot of games, and I think there's a lot of stuff that's going to become concrete and start coming out, and I think that's good. Now here's something you're going to love. And I think it's something we're going to be having to address starting this year, more than likely, if not definitely next year. But VR games at E3. How I know some of you have probably seen our Let's Play with the talking about VR gaming, but this year's going to be, Oculus has a set date, Morpheus is coming out, the Vive is coming out.
Oculus?
End of this year, beginning of next year, something. I think it might be 2016 fully. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they did set a date that they're going to be releasing it, so it's not too far out. But again, Morpheus is coming out soon. The Vive's coming out soon. So it's here, and they're going to need to start talking about it. How do they show these games at E3, and how much time are they going to take versus the stuff that we really want to see? Because think about it. A VR headset, how do you show that at a conference? Because, can't really do that on stage. That's not really a very interesting show. So, it'll be interesting to see what they do, but it's also going to be interesting to see how much time that takes from other stuff while they begin to cover that. And I think that also poses a very interesting problem for places like IGM, Giant Bomb, GameSpot, The Escapists. How do they cover those games? How do they put content up for these experiences that are tailored towards this special screen on your face? So I think this is going to be the year where we see some interesting things happening.
2016, the year VR dies as the fad that it is. I'm calling it. It comes out in 2015. It dies in 2016. Hell, I'll give it an extra year. 2017.
I don't know. We'll see. But I am going to be interested in seeing how the companies present it, how they market it, and how places start to cover it, and how much screen time does it get this year. As we approach the releases of actual consumer products. So, and what are they going to show? How are they going to show it? So, I think it poses some unique challenges for a lot of people, and it'll be interesting to watch.
It will. It will.
I know how much.
Go ahead.
I said I think it's going to be. I know it's your favorite,
yeah,
so
my favorite. Yeah, I love the thought of just putting a device on top of my head when it's my day off or when I get home from work, just to play a game or immerse myself in the game. I just can't. I just don't care that much. If the question is to be, tell you what's Nintendo gonna do with it? Probably nothing. So it probably won't take off that well. Believe it or not, Nintendo is still kind of a trendsetter. Like, they weren't profitable for quite a while with their Wii U and 3DS, but now they're very much profitable. Very, very much. So, I don't know. I just don't see it that much. I think it's going to be a very much a rich man or a rich woman's type of schema, because you can't play any of the games without the VR headset, and then you have to buy the VR headset as like an additional device for immersion. Tell you what, for Elite Dangerous, I didn't even buy. There was a better controller I could have bought for an extra $20, and I didn't even do that. I just got the controller that was cheap and kind of worked. The flight stick, I mean. It's a hard sell to convince people to pay an extra $200-300 to put something on their head for immersion. And I'm glad that they're doing that hard sell. Someone has to do it. Someone has to try something new, but I'm just not impressed.
I think enough people will want it that it'll catch on. I don't think it's going to set the world on fire, but I think it's here to stay. But that's neither here nor there. We will see. We'll be watching it. We'll keep keeping an eye on it.
So that's our thoughts on E3 and E3 2015.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very exciting and interesting year to watch, and I think there are going to be some new things coming out and some interesting things to keep an eye on.
I don't know if it'll be as
stay
exciting
tuned.
as 2013's, because that was the PS3 Expo announcement, and that's where Sony pulled a rabbit out of their hat and stole the fucking show.
Yep. Now it's time now though, because I feel like
now that you have 5 million systems out there and you're outdoing Microsoft and Wii U almost combined, it's time to put up and shut up. You have to justify that console now.
You got to get the games out, and this is that time. I think it is vital for right now that these games come out and they get that system hopping, because I still feel like there's not enough.
Yeah, I was about to
unique
say
stuff coming out. There's too many re-releases. Yeah,
you're absolutely right.
But looking through this list, I'm seeing a lot. There's a lot of sequels, but there's actual
No Man's Sky.
Games.
Bloodborne. Bloodborne is actually a killer title on the PS4 right now. I'm trying to look at PS4 exclusive games because there just aren't that many.
No,
there's not that many. Hell, No Man's Sky is on PC.
PS4,
I might get it for PC. It says here that it's a PS4 timed exclusive. Well, I can wait. I'm a patient person.
It'll be. It's gonna be a good year, I think. Though I think
I'm seeing some real showstoppers on there.
Yep. But we will be doing some videos and some thoughts over the keynotes and different games and impressions as things move on. So if you want to keep current with that, make sure you click the subscribe button. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Keep an eye on when we're going to be posting those videos as E3 happens. So stay tuned.
Thank you very much for listening to our ramblings for about an hour and a half plus. Appreciate your time. If you like us, go ahead and hit the like button. Tell us what your thoughts are on E3. That we'd love to hear what that would be. And so ends Unscripted Gaming for today. My name's been Stan. You guys
I'm
have
Josh.
a fine night.
Peace.